Hello and welcome to another Rin Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing the brand new Marvel show Echo. I just got done watching Echo a little bit ago and I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10 rating. The cinematography throughout this show was absolutely incredible. One of my favorite scenes is this train scene with Maya and her cousin, and he's tracking down the train, driving his truck through the forest. So you get to see the forestscape, and then you also get to see the train and see everything from on top of the train. It's an incredible scene. I've also seen a lot of critics say they think that all of Kingpin's parts are boring or uninteresting, but that is just straight up not true. We got a little bit of Kingpin's backstory throughout this show. Anytime you have him talking, honestly, it's a little bit scary. Like he definitely poses a threat. The show makes that clear that he is a pretty big threat. The way that he talks makes him sound like a good villain. I feel like the reason that people are saying that all the parts that he's in are boring or uninteresting is because he kind of talks a little bit slow. So it's probably just a low attention span thing. But other than the fact that he talks slow, it's like every time he's in a scene, the way he talks is very menacing. And for all the Marvel fans, there is an end credit scene at the end of episode 5 that builds up Kingpin and his future in the MCU even more. Another thing that I've seen critics hating about is how apparently we didn't get enough of backstory for Maya other than Hawkeye flashbacks, which also isn't true. The show starts off showing us Maya as a little kid with her cousin and her grandma and grandpa and her mom and her dad. This scene at the beginning with her family shows us her backstory of how she became an amputee and lost her leg. It shows us how she comes to move to New York with her dad, how she comes to meet Kingpin and everything. We get all that backstory. A little bit spread out throughout the show, but we get a lot of it at the very beginning. I also think it's incredibly cool that Allequa Cox, the person who plays Maya Lopez, is also a Native American deaf person with a prosthetic leg, just like how Maya is. It's very cool that they chose someone who can relate to the character in pretty much every way possible. I think it's also very cool that they had to thank you to the Native American tribe that helped them out with being even more accurate and credible with all the different scenes relating to like Native American history. One of my other absolute favorite parts of this show is the fight scenes. The fight scenes they have throughout the show are absolutely incredible. My favorite one by far is episode 1. We get to see a fight scene with Maya and 2 of Kingpin's other like henchmen going in to like bust a deal basically. And there's a one-shot fight scene. And this fight scene is my favorite because it's a one-shot fight scene. And I absolutely love one-shot fight scenes. They're incredible. And I'm really glad that Marvel is doing a lot more of them because everything about them is so cool. The fact that there's no cuts and you only see you see everything happening real time, the amount of effort that has to go into the choreography to make sure that everyone is in the right place, doing the right action, throwing the right punch, throwing the right kick, like everything is absolutely incredible. I would definitely recommend you to go and watch this show, regardless of if you are a fan of Marvel or not, but especially if you are a Marvel fan. This show definitely builds up the Street MCU and the threats of the Street MCU more than any other show or movie has.